103? Is it?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
It's the one thing I didn't make sure of. Right.
Let's put a new marker in this one.
Let's.
Hey, Cooter! Joe! Check this out. There's anywhere but here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about anywhere but here.
What's anywhere but here? Anywhere but here in Mississippi?
No, man, anywhere but here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the wars in the stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere but here podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here. This week, episode 103. I am Tom.
And I'm Ant.
And you can find us at abhpod.com, where you can go and get your January sales shopping at amazon.co.uk, and we get 5% of what you spend if you just click on our banner and go through and do your shopping like you usually would, which you will be doing.
Doesn't cost you any extra, any more than you would normally do. It just says, hey, they came from this website. So obviously this website are promoting us and our products, so let's give them some money.
Yeah.
So it comes out of Amazon's profits. So
does indeed. So
taxes and things kind of balances out, doesn't it?
Yeah. All of you that were really annoyed last year with Amazon's tax situation can go and stick it to the man.
Yeah.
By
buying more stuff. Also, on our website, if you choose whichever show you want to listen to, whether it's Anywhere But Here, like you're listening to now, or the Tom and Joe Show, or Shipped High in Transit. I'm sure there's new episodes coming from those guys soon. You can choose whichever one of those, and in the right-hand column, not the top right-hand corner where the Amazon banner is, but below that, there will be links to Stitcher and iTunes, where you can click through and go and find those. And subscribe, please, and rate and review us.
Yeah.
And leave comments and things.
And you can go and find us at ABHpod on Twitter.
Yeah.
Where you can interact with us there. You can find us also on Facebook.
Facebook.com/ABHpod.
I don't know why I went a lot. That was a bit strange.
Yeah, you just search for us on Facebook, it works. Also, what else is there? YouTube.com/ABHpodcast, and you can watch us.
Yeah,
you can watch me raise my hand towards you.
And you can see our faces a little bit better nowadays because of the less pop shieldy.
Less scratchy. Sean's going to love this. Yeah, sorry.
You could email us as well if you wanted to remain anonymous with interesting things that have happened to you, sometimes embarrassing, sometimes not so embarrassing.
Yeah. abhpod@gmail.com. I could see the fear in your eyes.
I suddenly led myself down a verbal
I said
cul-de-sac.
the email and I hadn't pre-planned saying it, so I don't know what the address is. I had a moment like that yesterday, actually, where... Oh, no, it wasn't. We were watching we were in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Sorry. I knew there was something there. Just like now. Like what just happened just now, where I knew something happened and I didn't think about it beforehand. I stumbled over my words.
You were somewhere and something happened.
Yes. But we were in a restaurant and at Nando's, it was. And we were eating, then our waitress came over to us because my food was cold, so I sent it back.
Yeah.
And she came over to me and it was kind of a moment where she went, your food will be a couple of minutes. Like she hadn't, and Chloe was like, "What did she just say?" I was like, "No, what happens is sometimes you talk and you're trying to be polite and you're trying to talk to someone, and you realise that you hadn't planned what you were going to say, and you just stumble over your words."
It just happens. You'll learn this as you get older, Chloe.
Yeah, yes, and it happens to us quite a lot on this podcast.
Yes,
but that is all the ways you can interact and find us and whatnot.
Indeed.
Have we? No.
No.
Or search for the hashtag PodPals.
Indeed,
Twitter.
and you
Why
can
not?
go and find all our collaborators.
Like Nerd Church, who were really kind enough to send us all T-shirts.
Yes.
Just
lovely people.
Generosity of those
with
guys is
evidently
insane.
far too much money.
The generosity of those guys is insane.
Yes.
It knows no bounds.
Yeah, and also Jo was quite touched that you sent her one as well.
Yeah.
She now feels like she's included.
Well, she is.
I know she was
on
already.
a podcast.
Yeah,
it's included in the
I
PodPals.
know. But that's what she said. So I'm relaying the message.
Yeah.
Thank you to Nerd Church for your inclusion of Jo.
Yeah.
Even though she is
we are all
clearly
inclusive.
the most popular person on this podcast, though she's never on it.
With the least amount of episodes, I think. Oh, well, no, Shipped High in Transit is the less episodes, but
yeah,
we cancel that out.
Something
kind
I don't know.
Something
needs to happen there.
Hey, quality over quantity.
That's right.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why we've got 103 episodes of this and 4 episodes of Ship Tie in Transit.
Yeah. Oh dear. That's actually saying about the Tom and Joe show. I told you I bumped into Loz last night at a party, and he was showing me. I think he just went to look in this podcast to see how far through our latest episode he was, because he was just talking to me about it. And he has the Tom and Joe show banner right
Does
there,
he
with no
indeed?
badges. There's no episodes to listen to.
That's
he's all
because
up to
there's
date.
only 6.
But he's
and
listened to
they're
them all.
under an
That's the
hour.
thing. He's listened to them all.
Good stuff, Loz. Cheers.
Yeah.
Good to know that
Hopefully,
there
you'll
are...
be hearing more from him very soon.
Yes,
based on
because
conversations last night.
Next week is the 104th show, which is 2 years exactly
Yes.
of doing the podcast. And if you're a regular listener, we've been bleating about this for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
We're going to do what is effectively a regular show next week.
Yep. Nothing special
and-
from us.
Nope. And we'll be recording at a later time in the afternoon here in the UK.
Yeah.
Probably,
This is a discussion we were supposed to have before we started recording.
probably around 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2. There's the hour window from when we're going to start.
Yep.
We'll put it on Twitter once we start. So if you keep your eye out.
Yeah, so 1 or 2 in the afternoon GMT for our American and international listeners.
Which is East Coast US is -5,
Yeah,
or are we +5? No, it's -5 GMT,
yeah,
isn't
that's
it?
right. Yeah, and if you just if you have Skype, you can search for ABH Pod
Yes.
on Skype, and we will have that line open on the day.
I don't know how it works for if we're talking to someone and someone calls in.
And nor do I. It will be interesting.
That will be interesting. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, something will happen. Or should we do a Google Hangout?
I think Skype quality is much better.
Yeah,
and
but we
easier
don't
to
know
deal
if
with.
we can handle multiples at a time. We know
No,
we can
but we don't want to. We want one person at a time, but I don't know if someone else calls in whilst we're in a call, will it come through? Like, will you hear the ringing? Or will it just pop a notification?
I have no idea.
I'll search it. I'll research it. It'll be fine. It'll work.
Everything will work. And the only reason I say Google Hangouts is because we know that they will just appear in the chat.
I think,
Won't they, or do they
no,
have to
you
be
have to invite them.
Oh, right, okay.
think
Yeah.
Skype.
All right, well,
We'll do
Skype
Skype.
anyway.
We'll do Skype.
Whatever.
Search for ABH
This
Pod
should
on
have been
Skype.
done
Yep.
off mic.
But yeah, Loz, I said it could be cool if he comes on, so he might be joining us in the studio for the whole episode, I would imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got all the equipment.
We do, yeah.
Also, Robbie asked if we will be doing video. I don't think we will.
It would be difficult. It could be done, but it would
But
be
if the person on
about a week
Skype is doing
later.
a lot of talking, it'll just the video will be us
Yeah, true.
just sitting there waiting.
Unless
I mean,
we
unless we
stick-
get profile pictures of the people
Yeah.
and just have like their mouths animated South Park style.
We'll
We'll
think
figure it all
something
out. I don't think there will be a YouTube video.
We don't often do it when there are any guests on the show, let alone the possibility of multiple guests.
Yeah. Either way, be on the lookout on our
way,
Twitter next Sunday
yeah.
around 1 GMT.
Yeah.
Or-
Be available from, if you're on the east coast of the USA, which most of our listeners are,
Yeah.
it will be about 9 o'clock in the morning. If
Yes.
you're up at 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll be going for about an hour.
Just check Twitter. Just check our Twitter feed, and it will say whether we're live or whether we're
Exactly.
getting ready to go live.
Yes,
and
we will
just-
keep you updated. And
Send us a message. Let us know if you can join in. Robbie
yeah,
is.
Robbie's there.
Of
Robbie's
course,
on.
he is.
But he's about the only person who's definitely confirmed. Loz
Yeah.
may be actually live in the studio.
Yes.
Maybe I
Yeah.
can even talk Joe
Taking a
into
trip.
coming
I think
down.
he's in
Who
Canterbury,
knows?
isn't he?
Yes.
So he might take a trip down.
So yeah, there's a few people.
It'll be
in there.
different.
Yeah, it will. But if no one decides to join in, then we
It'll be
will
the same.
just put out a regular episode. It'll
But
just
with a
be
guest,
out a bit later.
maybe. Basically, we don't know what's going on.
No.
Keep an eye on our Twitter feed.
And if you've got Skype, just call us. It'll be fun.
Call us,
It'll be a bit
alright.
of fun.
It'll be alright.
Yeah.
Anywho,
On with the actual show, shall we?
yeah,
After
this is
11
going to be a
minutes.
really happy one this week.
Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about because the news has been dominated this week with the whole Charlie Hebdo
Yeah,
shooting and the fallout from that. And
Yeah.
I just wonder what the views in the room are. Do
Yeah.
you want me to go through the chronology of it?
yeah. I mean, let's talk about what happened, because if there are people that live under a rock,
Yeah, who just don't watch the
who don't
news.
look at the news, don't look at Twitter, don't look at Facebook.
And some people don't, and I
Don't go on
actually,
Reddit.
in some ways, you know, I think I can admire people that don't take any interest in the news, because actually it's depressing as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, what's been evident from this podcast is I don't pay attention to the news as such. I don't watch the news a lot. I don't know everything that's going on. I couldn't avoid this.
No, it's true. I mean, I didn't have a lot of time for the news this week, but I know the ins and outs of this.
Yeah, because it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, effectively, what it is, Charlie Hebdo is a satirical magazine in France, the equivalent to Private Eye over here, except it's all cartoons.
Yeah, and Private Eye generally sticks to political
Yeah.
satire, doesn't it?
Well, Charlie Hebdo does as well.
But they also tackle religious satire, which is what the problem was.
Which is mixed in with politics.
I mean, yes and no.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen any of their front covers?
I've seen a couple of the pictures. I mean, obviously the ones with Muhammad, because that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
And they tackle the Prophet Muhammad. They don't just say, "Oh, here's a Muslim, and this is the problem." They go, "Hey, look, here's their prophet. Here's the person they worship. Here's their god, essentially.
And
this is their figure of worship. Let's take the piss out of him."
And not so long ago, a Dutch cartoonist or Danish cartoonist got in trouble for this as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
It was just after the 9/11 attacks. He drew a picture of the Prophet Muhammad with a bomb as his turban, and that got him into all sorts of, or that publication into all sorts of hot water.
Yeah.
What happened in Paris this week, on Wednesday, 2 gunmen broke into the offices of Charlie Hebdo and killed 12 staff members.
Yes.
Including cartoonists. They then, they went on a bit of a spree around the city as well. Not a spree. There were 2 more people killed the next day.
Police. One of them was a police officer, wasn't it?
Yeah, a female police officer was shot in the street, and so was a street cleaner as well. And
but did they try to tackle the gunmen, or was it just
the
random?
street cleaner, from what I've seen, didn't try to tackle them. It was random. I don't know so much about the police officer, if I'm quite honest. I want to stay as open and honest about my
if there's something we don't know about, we'll just say we don't know.
From what I saw of them executing the street cleaner, because that is what it was. It was an execution.
Right. Yeah.
They shot the person to the floor. They then got out of the car, went up to him and shot him point blank range in the face with an automatic rifle.
Jesus.
For doing nothing.
That's insane. That's fucking disgusting. That.
Back to the Wednesday, the police raided addresses that were linked to the 2 brothers who did the killings, where they lived last year, and arrested their relatives. At 11 o'clock on Wednesday, this is only half an hour after the shooting, the suspected getaway driver, Hamid Murad, handed himself in. Thursday at 7:45 in the morning, the police officer and the street cleaner were both shot. At 1 p.m. later on in the day, the suspects rob a petrol station outside of France with AK-47s. A rocket launcher was seen in the car, and it was later found nearby. They were serious.
Oh yeah.
At 3 p.m., special forces and police begin searching the woods around about the area of the petrol station, and going house to house in a village called Longpont, possibly.
Yeah.
Then on Friday, it all came to a head. Friday was the final day of this saga. At 8 a.m., the 2 brothers steal a car belonging to a school teacher at gunpoint, again, just outside Paris. And they drive to somewhere called Dammartin-en-Gueule, which is, there was an industrial estate there, and they hold out in an industrial estate in a kind of warehouse.
Yeah.
There. SWAT teams, effectively, 2 things then happened. The brothers went to ground in this industrial estate, and then a third.
Did they have a hostage?
There were hostages there. They started to let them go.
Yeah.
But I think they still had one.
Yeah, they kept
up until the end. Then there was a third gunman, Amadi Kulbeli, had entered a Jewish supermarket
Yeah.
in Paris and was keeping a load of people, well, anyone who was in there hostage, essentially. And it was a strange day. It was a bit like, it reminded me a little bit. Do you remember that guy from up north who went on a rampage, Raoul Moat?
Yeah. And he held up in an outlet, didn't he? Like a sewer pipe.
Yeah,
outlet.
that's right.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere. And then they found him, and Paul Gascoigne, ex-footballer, went to try and talk him round.
Yeah,
but
it's
eventually
crazy.
he blew his own face off with a shotgun.
Yeah.
But that was one of those things. I remember I was working in the pub at the time, and I was just watching it unfold for like 2 or 3 days, because he went on the run, and it was like he had some sort of issue with the police because he's a nutter.
Yeah, this was just like a random killing spree, wasn't it?
It wasn't
suffering depression or something, wasn't it? His wife just left him or something
like that. Yeah, he was a real character.
Yeah.
Cunt.
What a cad.
Yeah. But yeah, he went on the rampage with like a shotgun. He was blowing away police officers while they were just sitting in their cars and stuff like that, wasn't he? But yeah, it kind of reminded me of that to an extent, because for 3 days there was nothing but this story, and the fallout of it is carrying on through to today. But the French news actually got the guy Kubelet, I don't know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The guy in the supermarket. They
go.
got him on the phone. And they interviewed him, and he said that he was working for Islamic State, even though there were also some links to Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. It's a bit kind of murky as to exactly what the motives were. And the reason that it was brought to a close with fewer casualties than it. Yeah.
Because the guy who went in the supermarket, didn't he just kill like
he killed
4
about
people?
4, yeah, I think.
Like as soon as he went in, he killed 4. But the rest of the people in the supermarket, apparently there was someone who worked there?
Yeah,
there was a Muslim
one of the
guy who worked there.
shopkeepers. Yeah, that's right.
A Muslim guy working in a Jewish supermarket.
Yeah.
He was working there. He hid everyone in the fridge.
That's
Like,
right.
it was like one of the, because we don't have them over here, the milk fridges like they have in the US.
That's right.
Where they stop people going behind and they load the fridges from the back. I assume that's what this was.
I think
like,
that's
to
probably
hide all
what it
those
is.
people.
It was either that or it was a cold storeroom. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, but he hid people.
Yeah.
So that's why there were less casualties in the supermarket.
It's true. But while he was on the phone to the journalists at the French TV station, he accidentally left his phone connected so they could listen in, and they patched the police through into this call. And they coordinated because they realised that the two were obviously linked.
Yeah.
And at the moment they heard this Kobele start to pray, they knew that was the moment he was going to blow himself up.
And it was the prayer.
Yeah,
it's a specific prayer.
It was
they say.
the prayer, the martyr's prayer.
Yeah.
Essentially, he was about to take himself out and everyone else in there with him. So they went in with grenades and machine guns, and it was like it was an armed siege, is what it was.
Course,
it was like there was a small army of police officers outside.
Yeah, so they busted in the supermarket and the industrial estate at the same time.
Yeah,
took all 3 of them out.
Yeah, with minimal casualties.
Yeah, I think 20 people.
In
total
all.
Died.
Yeah. And so that's the background on kind of what happened in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Over those 3 days. Now, this morning when I woke up, this is Sunday morning.
Yeah.
Sunday the 11th.
Yes. Yes.
A German newspaper reprinted the cartoons.
Yeah.
At the end of this week to show solidarity for
the whole Je suis Charlie.
The Je suis Charlie, I am Charlie thing. And their headquarters was firebombed this morning.
Yes, the Charlie Hebdo office was firebombed a few years ago, wasn't it? They had been attacked before.
They've been attacked before because they have done things that are provocative like this before. And it's all about free speech.
Yeah.
Basically is what it is. And that's why the German newspaper from Hamburg, whose name is not... the Hamburg Morgen Post, was attacked this morning after it put 3 of the Charlie Hebdo cartoons on its front page with the headline, "This much freedom must be possible." Rocks and then burning objects were thrown through the window, a police spokesman told AFP news agency. 2 rooms on lower floors were damaged, but the fire was put out quickly. 2 people have been detained. As yet, it's kind of ongoing.
Yeah.
So we're not
this
quite
could
sure.
just be a copycat thing. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
exactly. And this is what a lot of people are a little bit jumpy about at the moment, is the fact there could well be copycat.
Yeah, I've seen a lot
bombings
of
or
things
shootings.
like Scotland Yard saying we have to be wary. Or is it Scotland Yard or the MI5?
Yeah.
I can't remember saying, oh, we're going to be attacked at some point as well.
Yeah.
It's
Not unless you reprint those pictures.
the thing. Yeah, that's the view I'm taking. Is like all these people reprinting it.
It's showing solidarity.
It's showing solidarity. It's kind of going, look, we should be allowed to say what we want, which, yes, we should. However, is it worth putting people's lives at risk?
This is it. I mean,
Is it irresponsible of these newspapers to do this? Because it doesn't only put the newspapers at risk. Like,
It
these
puts
people
their-
are so mental, they could be going, look, well, that country
Yeah,
supports
yeah.
it, so we're going to attack that country.
Yeah.
It's fucking,
And I
it
mean-
puts the interview, the fucking Seth Rogen thing, to shame.
Yeah, this
That
kind
was
of
just
blows it out of the water.
bollocks.
I mean, that's ridiculous. We actually touched on that whole Sony hacking thing way before, when it just broke before Christmas.
It's only
We
getting
said
hacked
about
to the
it.
James Bond thing.
Yeah, and at the time, North Korea were saying that it wasn't them, but they applauded it, and I said that's a bit fishy.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's come out that it was North Korean.
Was it, though?
And
You just don't know.
You're not sure, are you? But
Probably.
yeah, but they don't have the capacity.
But then
to
Anonymous
launch.
took the North Korea down.
And Anonymous are
going
after ISIS and Al-Qaeda now.
That's mental.
That's mad. There is a... where's it gone? I had it. I posted it actually on Twitter and Facebook
All right.
this week. I should have got that up, sorry.
Yeah.
But
All I was going to say about this whole
Yeah.
Charlie Hebdo thing as well, the Je suis Charlie, like Reddit went fucking mental with that.
yeah,
Like, as you would expect.
Well,
they went
yeah,
mental
it's-
posting the Je suis Charlie.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was pictures of, there was one I saw, which is a fantastic picture, but is there any need for it? It was a picture of the Prophet Muhammad burning when someone was showing him a pencil, which is a really fucking, like, the artistry of it was brilliant and the message was fantastic, but it's not
it's not...
Muslims that are the
No.
problem. So why are you attacking their prophet?
And this is the thing, isn't it? Because there was someone who said it.
I saw loads with like terrorists, like the people with like machine guns and things burning a pencil and things like that, which is fine. That's great. You're attacking that, but don't attack a whole religion based
Yeah.
on. Because that's the problem we have with this guy that I'm fucking glad I stopped following him on Facebook. I
Right.
unfriended him
Oh,
because
you did,
I
did
would
you?
have had to. I would have
Yeah.
gone mental at him this week. I don't understand why people are going after this whole religion. It's fucking ignorance again.
Yeah.
I think it's stupid. Also, my problem is people have gone mad over this. Why didn't people react like this to that in December, that school shooting,
Exactly.
where like hundreds of children died? Reddit didn't go mad about that. Facebook
No.
didn't go mad about that. No one mentioned that.
no,
But this, where it's essentially a magazine, this is another Star Wars Episode 7 teaser trailer moment for me. I could say the wrong thing and not get my message across.
you're
but-
all right.
This is people dying based on a magazine they write.
Yeah.
Like they chose to satirize a prophet for a religion
Definitely.
that we know that if you satirize this prophet, there is a chance something's gonna happen to you. It's happened a lot
Basically-
in the past. It happened to that magazine in the past. They
Yeah.
continue to do it.
They know
this
what
is the
they're up
consequence of
against.
their
That's the
actions.
thing. Yeah, yeah.
It's not doesn't make it right.
No.
It's an awful thing that happened.
Yeah.
But it is a consequence of what they have done.
Yeah. Yeah, they've
They knew there was always this possibility.
They
and
brought it
took
on
the risk.
themselves.
These children
yeah.
that were just fucking sitting in a classroom learning got gunned down.
Yeah.
And nobody went mad like this for it. Nobody was drawing pictures of...
Of people shooting kids or like
nobody was supporting it like they're supporting this Charlie Hebdo thing.
Hmm.
And it's all about freedom of speech. And
Yeah.
it's all because these children were shot in Pakistan. Well, that's over in the East. It doesn't affect us as much. This is over in the West. They're attacking Westerners now.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
probably not that, but that's the feeling it's got for me.
Right, yeah. No, I can see where you're coming from, and as a father, I understand. I
It's,
get.
yeah,
the
it's
link
hundreds
there.
of children compared to 20 adults.
Yeah.
Or 12 adults.
Yeah, you are right. and I think there is a bias. That's who it was. Thank you.
Okay.
Because Rupert Murdoch
Yeah.
has gone on paper
Right.
as saying that Muslims should be punished for this.
Really?
Muslims. He didn't say fanatics.
A whole religion
He
should
didn't
be
say
punished for this, should
terrorists.
they?
He didn't say Islamic State, and he didn't say Al-Qaeda. He said Muslim. And this is
Rupert
Rupert Murdoch.
the voice of reason.
And this is why Western media is
Yeah.
picking up on this rather than that, because that's Eastern. Like, that happened in the East.
Yeah.
Like you said, that doesn't really bother us, but this is on our shores now.
Yeah.
This is in Europe. This is in the civilized world.
Fucking,
Do
it's
you know
just
what I mean?
ridiculous.
Yeah,
that people
it's-
take this view, and now you've got like heads of fucking national media, international media. Sorry, you've got
Yeah.
heads of international media saying things that you expect
That are
some ignorant
stupid.
fucker.
Yeah, and I've never had much time.
Rupert
for the
Murdoch's been a bit
Murdochs.
of a dick anyway. Isn't
Yeah,
it,
Rupert
in the
Murdoch has
past?
always been a.
But yeah, this
complete
is just.
prick.
It's awful that it's happened, but I think people are just kind of twisting and turning it into something it's not. Ultimately,
I think.
they're turning it into a war of East versus. Well, they're not. I mean, Rupert Murdoch, isn't he? But
Yeah.
people are supporting this because there's a meme to come out of it. Je suis Charlie. It's
Yeah,
a meme.
Yeah, it's got a
And that's
catchy
why the internet have
hashtag.
come onto it. Like,
Yeah.
I was going to open this episode with Je suis Charlie, and then I thought
No.
about it, and I was like, well, no, because then
Yeah.
I'm as bad as everyone else.
Exactly, and we don't really want to jump on that whole bandwagon.
That's not saying this episode's not going to be called Je suis Charlie.
No, it might be just for search engine cynicalness.
Yeah, just for SEO purposes.
I think we shouldn't do that.
No, I would not. That's a joke. That was another thing I thought about doing. No,
But we're not
that's
going
such
to do
bad
that.
taste, especially with the view I'm taking on
Exactly.
it. The whole Je suis Charlie. So I support.
Your problem is the Je suis Charlie bandwagon.
Ultimately, yeah, that's what's pissed me off about.
Yeah.
That's what.
Like,
I
obviously-
don't like how big this has become.
It is
This is an ice bucket challenge.
Yeah. Obviously, it is a tragedy.
It's an ultimate tragedy, and
and it's opened a lot of scary doors again that haven't been.
yeah, everyone is
open
at
for a
risk.
little while.
Nobody is safe anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, these people, these guys who done the shooting were French.
Yeah,
I believe
yes,
they were French.
Yeah.
They were
They were
French.
nationals, but they'd moved,
They'd moved
from other places
to train,
Yeah,
and then they came back. They were on like no-fly lists everywhere,
yeah,
and they went to
and
Yemen.
they were
I think.
under.
Did
Yeah,
they go
that's
to Yemen
right.
to
Yeah,
train?
Yemen.
Went to a terrorist camp.
Which sounds
In Yemen.
ludicrous, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then they came back and then carried out this attack.
Yeah, but it kind of it goes to show the lengths that some people will go to uphold their religious beliefs. As much as you want to think about freedom
Yeah.
of speech is the ultimate thing about being in a democracy, you've got to think how religion has its fanatics as well that really want everything to be secular. And if you've published images of the Prophet Muhammad and been attacked for it in the past, why would you go and do it to yourself again?
Yeah, and
I understand freedom of speech and freedom. I'm a big advocate for freedom of speech because if we didn't have that,
yeah,
we would be subjugated and we'd be in a dictatorship rather than a democracy, you know, or
Yeah.
we'd be in some sort of.
personally, I feel religious satire is bad taste anyway, because you're attacking somebody's faith.
Yeah.
Politics is
open for all sorts of abuse because it's a ludicrous system.
yeah, but like religion is somebody's faith. It's something they believe in their hearts. It's something that gives people comfort. And yes, you might not be religious yourself. You might think that's ludicrous.
Yeah.
But it's somebody's personal opinion. It's a way of life. It's the way they live their life.
Yeah.
What gives you the right?
Oh, we have a cat scratching at the window.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was so sorry. I couldn't not draw attention to it. I apologise.
But yeah, it's a way of like what gives people the right to attack somebody's belief system.
Yeah. No, you're right because at the end of the
And if you doing it in a personal day-to-day, your own life, like talking to your friends or on a podcast, we've done it before. I mean,
yeah, but this is also why
But
we
being
don't.
media, like being a magazine.
Yeah.
that goes out to thousands of people. And I think it's ridiculous that they are publishing 1 million issues of their next issue. I was going
to bring this up.
They're they are profiting themselves.
On Wednesday, what's going to happen? Because they were facing quite hard times. Their regular print was 60,000 issues. This week, they're putting out a "We Will Not Be."
Yeah, they're putting out a strength.
Yeah. This is, solidarity issue. And they're going to sell it to the world. And they're printing over 1 million copies. And that said, the profits and actually all the takings for that are going to the families of the victims.
Okay, fine. That's fine.
So they're not profiting from it.
Until the next issue. When they don't go back to 60,000 issues and they print another 1 million.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
I mean, they're not doing it for that reason, but I'm pretty sure they are going to print more than their usual run.
Yeah, I'm sure that they will receive a bump in readership.
Yeah, which that's one of those difficult things you can't say.
But the thing is, they're naturally going to cash in on it. They are a business at the end of the day, and they're a struggling business, and they want more readers.
Now, how many people do you think are out there who are going to buy this issue as a collector's item and then sell it on eBay for more money?
Well, this is
because it's a historical magazine.
It's a piece of history now. Quite a few, I would say.
About probably the same people that are on Reddit posting Je suis Charlie pictures.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's cynical, but at the same time, they're compensating the families of the people who died.
Good. Fine.
And yes, they will go on.
It's the world that's the problem.
Yeah,
like,
it's
people
not
are
necessarily
going to buy it and sell it for a profit.
Yeah,
I feel like this is our thing again, isn't it? Anywhere but here. The world is a fucking ridiculous place. People are going to take advantage of this.
It's just the nature of humanity, really, isn't it? So, I mean, what I was going to say was Anonymous.
Oh, yeah. We both said the Anonymous.
Sorry, yeah. I just wanted to say they've declared war on jihadists. A Belgian member of Anonymous went onto YouTube and posted a video, which I've listened to and I would play, but it's in Belgian and I just have to read the subtitles over the top of it anyway. Right, but effectively, he went a little bit Liam Neeson with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That whole siege thing was something out of an action film.
It was, really? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, the video itself features someone wearing the Guy Fawkes masks and speaking with their voice obscured. Explains that its members have decided to declare war on you, the terrorists, referring to Al-Qaeda and ISIS specifically.
Yeah.
So Anonymous have now come out.
They are attacking the right people.
Yeah. We will track you down, every last one. And we will kill you, the spokesperson said. You allowed yourselves to kill innocent people and will therefore avenge their deaths. We will therefore avenge their deaths.
That is so much more sinister.
Yeah. You will not impose your Sharia law on our democracies. We will not let you stupidly kill our liberties and our freedom of expression. We have warned you. Expect your destruction. We will track you everywhere on the planet. Nowhere will you be safe. We are Anonymous. We are Legion. We do not forget, we do not forgive. Be afraid of us, Islamic State and Al-Qaeda. You will get our vengeance.
I would be terrified.
That a guy in a Guy Fawkes.
I don't know. Like, honestly, is it... I don't know whether to question Anonymous. That's the thing.
Well, this is it. I mean, how far can a group of hacktivists go? I quite enjoyed their takeover of the KKK's Twitter feed a couple of months ago.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Did you not?
No.
I didn't. I don't think I retweeted anything from it. It just made me laugh. I saw something from the KKK that had been retweeted by one of the Anonymous Twitter accounts, and I thought, oh, interesting.
Why are they?
Yeah. And I went on it, and they'd taken over the KKKs, and they were posting pictures of unicorns with rainbows coming out of their arses.
I think I did see some of that actually. Yeah, because we do follow Anonymous.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
On Twitter. Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know how far a hacktivist group can go by taking on
somebody, let's be honest, sitting in a basement with a computer. Let's be honest.
A neckbeard.
Because the thing is with Anonymous, it's a lot of people. There are some fucking insanely high level people.
Yes.
But there are also people that have learnt to hack and they use the computers and they help out.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, they're not all top level hackers.
No.
They can't be. We could be anonymous if we chose to.
Yeah, exactly.
We could be members of Anonymous.
We could be.
If we, well, I mean, I suppose you have to prove yourself to an extent.
Yeah.
But how far
there's gotta
can
be
a
some
person
sort of
like that
initiation.
go to killing somebody?
This is it. I mean, they're not a military force, as far as I'm aware. They don't have, as far as I
we're
know.
aware.
I've not known anyone to actually.
Could they take control of missile
Well, this is it,
bases,
isn't
though,
it? I suppose
and
if you've
launch
got
a missile on a known base, terrorist base or terrorist school?
good point. I didn't really think of it from that point of view.
That's scary.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
because like you say, they are kind of top level hackers,
Yeah,
and they know how to get into these
well,
places.
there are some. Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure the
it'd be interesting to find out.
KKK's Twitter account probably isn't that difficult to hack into. Really?
No,
Is
no.
it? Let's face it.
We'll
But
see.
it would be interesting to track that.
Yeah.
And
So
maybe
if you
if
want
things.
to, hashtag op Charlie Hebdo.
Yes, Charlie Hebdo is the hashtag for that one. So go and follow that, I guess. I think I might
Yeah.
actually start following that.
Yeah.
hashtag.
So as I was saying with the whole
Yeah.
the Charlie Hebdo thing, just to make my point clear, I'm
Yeah.
not. I think it's disgusting what happened. I'm not saying that they deserved it or anything like that. I just think the internet jumping on the Je suis Charlie
Yeah.
thing
The thing is,
just to get their funny pictures out there of Mohammed burning and being scared of a pencil and
yeah. And
things like that. I think that why does that deserve more publicity than the children in Pakistan in the school, the hundreds of children that got killed and they were just sat there learning. They were totally innocent of anything.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
were just
I agree
It was a
wholeheartedly.
military school. That was the thing. It was a military school.
Right.
Like, not military school as in like they learned to be soldiers
No,
there.
they were on a
Military. It was
base.
run by the military.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they attacked that school and killed the children and teachers. And I don't think that deserves any less publicity or any less support than this Charlie Hebdo situation.
No, you're probably right.
And I just don't understand why the internet.
As we said, it's got a catchy hashtag. You've got it's the media taking up it's sticking up for itself because
It's-
you've got bloggers identifying with free speech and
Yeah, yeah.
and publication.
It's the whole free speech thing. It's like, is free speech really worth people's lives?
Well, and this is my thing. I'm pretty sure they know they've been attacked for it in the past. I'm pretty sure they knew what they were getting themselves into. I'm sure they didn't expect the extreme
method, yeah.
reaction that happened, but I'm almost positive that they knew what they were getting themselves into,
Yeah.
because you can't depict the Prophet Muhammad at all.
No, you're not allowed to. No,
not
that's
even in
part
a
of-
flattering light.
That's the
You
whole
can't.
Sharia law thing. Don't
Yeah,
impose
yeah.
a Sharia law on our democracy. It's like,
Yeah, it's not really. It's actually it's a basic fundamental principle of Islam is that you don't make an effigy of
Yeah.
the Prophet. Like it's rule number one.
yeah, don't do it.
Yeah, yeah. And I've seen Muslims interviewing other Muslims on the TV about this, and the thing is, they get Muslims from opposing sides. They get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Muslim who's very kind of left wing and
Yeah, I've seen on Reddit as well. People are like, it's just a picture.
yeah,
Like somebody who's like, I am very religious. I understand it's just a picture. But then you do get some who's like,
But the problem is,
it's a picture of our Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, precisely. And sorry, your cat's distracting me so badly.
Sorry.
It's standing up on hind legs and just pawing at the window and meowing. It wants to join in on the debate.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, if there are certain things that are sacrosanct,
yeah.
don't go after it.
Yeah, yeah.
You could depict a stereotypical radicalized Muslim and it have just the same effect.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it
yeah, it
could
could be
be
anything.
someone who looks a bit like Osama bin Laden,
Yeah.
and because they've done him in the past.
Like Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
And that's fine because it's not Muhammad.
No. It's just, I mean, that's a Sikh, to be fair. Isn't he? 'Cause he's got a turban.
Good point.
Are we just...
No, that's...
We don't know. We're ignorant.
Didn't Osama bin Laden, though, wear a turban? He wore
Yeah.
a turban, so he
I don't know.
He wasn't a Sikh.
We're not getting our religions
No,
confused. We just wasted 40 minutes.
You are entirely correct
Yeah.
that Sikhs wear turbans.
Yeah.
You are entirely correct.
Yeah.
However,
However, what, Tom?
yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, we've just confused ourselves.
Yeah, I think we have. Wow. Is it called a turban? It's like that. But not. I've just undermined our entire episode.
Never mind. No, but the thing is, this whole was Muslim. It's Islamic religion. Yeah.
It's Muslim.
Yeah.
It's Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. Yeah. Confusing, isn't it?
Yeah. Perhaps we don't know as much about Eastern religion as we thought. On that note,
Oh dear.
we were right about that. It's just the whole Ahmed the Dead Terrorist. I'm confused about. Was he Sikh or was he?
No, he wasn't a Sikh. No, he's a terrorist. He was.
Is there a difference
Al-Qaeda,
between
isn't
turban and what he was wearing?
Yeah. I don't know.
Or is Jeff Dunham's puppet just fucking wrong?
I think it is. I never really found it that funny, if I'm honest with you.
Some of his catchphrases were funny. The whole premise isn't funny.
No. Yeah.
Some of his catchphrases, like he was a skeleton and then his foot fell over and they made a joke out of his foot. I've got no ligaments. Like that was funny to me.
Yeah. I don't know whether
it was an accident and he turned it into a joke, which was funny because the whole, he's a skeleton, his foot's fallen over, I've got no ligaments, he's trying to defend himself. That was really clever. The fact that he's a terrorist who's like got half a face, or he's a skeleton, he's blown himself up, that's not funny.
No.
Like that premise isn't funny.
No.
That's like this.
Again, it's insulting, isn't it?
It is insulting. Yeah.
But you can get away with it because it's satirizing terrorists and
not satirizing,
not the Muslim religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we can get away with it, though I didn't find that funny. Not that I find
No.
pictures of the Prophet Muhammad funny.
Yeah.
I kind
We're
of
using JCBs to dig our holes today.
Yeah, I kind of knew the
Shovels
episode.
aren't quick enough.
I figured that this episode might turn out like this.
It was
at some
fine
point.
up until I brought up Ahmed the Terrorist and turbans.
Yeah. Let's stop talking about
No, but
Ahmed
as
the
we
Dead
say,
Terrorist.
it's fucking... The whole situation is terrible. I mean, 45 minutes on
The thing
this.
is, I think as well, we don't really know which side to come down on. And it's not because we want to sit on the fence. It's because both sides have a right to do these things. The media has a right to free speech.
Yes.
And some people are prepared to put their lives on the line to uphold free speech, which is the point of democracy.
Yeah, exactly.
The point of democracy. However, some people hold fanatical beliefs. Some Muslims don't find it offensive.
Yes.
That
but others have
satirical magazine and it's a satirical magazine.
Yeah.
It's not like the Sun. The Sun. It's not like the Guardian is putting out these things as in a dry way. It is clearly satirizing in the same way that it satirizes its own government.
Yes. Yeah.
The problem is that governments have to allow satire, whereas extremists within a religion don't find that they don't have that leniency.
They've got every right to find it offensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Because of their beliefs.
Yeah.
Because it is offensive.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily have a right to go and
no,
kill
they don't.
people
No, of
because
course they
this.
don't have the right to do that. And in fact, their religion actually teaches the exact opposite.
Yes.
All religion
Yeah.
teaches the exact opposite of violence.
There is only one person who's allowed to judge somebody on their actions.
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. So it's a difficult situation. I'm pretty sure we aren't obviously
No, I'm sure we were
authorities
safe
on this subject.
I'm sure we were safe for 99% of that discussion. 95. Let's not get too.
Let's not get carried away.
Not get too confident.
80. But yeah, we felt we couldn't ignore it, and to be fair, there's not been anything else to talk about this week, really.
Well, I mean, in Maidstone, there was a guy called Patrick Lamb who went missing before Christmas.
Oh yeah, they found him.
His
didn't
body, they found it last
down
night.
near Rochester,
Cuxton, wasn't it? It had
um,
gone.
Yeah.
He was obviously fell in the River Medway. Who
Yeah,
knows? Because
yeah.
apparently the girlfriend. For those who don't know, there was a guy called Patrick Lamb from Canterbury, wasn't he? Was he? Or he was from. It wasn't from Maidstone.
I don't think so.
But he was in Maidstone
Yeah.
celebrating like before Christmas, having a few Christmas drinks,
Yeah.
and he went missing. And there's been a massive search for him, and you've probably seen stuff on Facebook if you're friends with anyone from this area.
Yeah.
And they've been searching, and a couple of people went missing over the Christmas period and have turned up. But Patrick Lamb was never found.
No.
And now his girlfriend was staying in Maidstone in a hotel. I think she's lost her job and whatever, and she got free hotel for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but she basically wasn't leaving until they found him because
Yeah.
she didn't think that the police were doing enough.
But apparently, by all accounts, there's a rumour that she was withholding some information from the public.
Oh, is that
because
right?
she didn't want him seen in a bad light, which means
Right.
he might have got himself into a bit of a scuffle or a
Right.
bit of trouble with someone, or he was pissing up a wall or something when he
Yeah,
was so
yeah,
drunk. But
yeah.
he went missing, and he was walking down towards the River Medway, and it turns out he did drown in the River
Yeah.
Medway, and he ended up
Down near me,
fucking
really.
miles
Yeah,
away.
yeah.
Like,
But
which
then,
is a horrible situation for that family.
yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, I've known people in the fire service in Maidstone who say that if you do go in the river here, you don't have to surface until Aylesford or
Yeah.
Cuxton.
Yeah,
Like
because
the-
Allington
the-
locks,
the
they might be
riptides.
open and you'll go through the lock and you'll end up.
Yeah, but even if you fall through the lock, you can get caught under the dumping
Yeah.
of the and you get caught under there because there are hollows in the riverbed
Oh, okay.
where if you get caught in them, you can be down there for days
Before you
before
pop
you
up.
resurface.
So, but
I
he
mean,
has been
it's
found, which
scary.
is
Because people throw themselves in the Medway all the time,
yeah.
like on River
Festival, they jump in and
Yeah.
for fun. But
Yeah.
there's like so much fucking plant life under there.
Yeah,
That
it's-
you could get caught
yeah.
and just drown just
Yeah.
because you thought it was a good idea to jump in. There's fucking so many diseases in
Well,
River Medway.
there's Viles disease. There's
It's
all sorts,
fucking
isn't there?
disgusting.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he has been found, which is
There is closure.
it's closure for the family.
It's not great, but
It's not the outcome
it's
not the
better.
outcome they wanted, but I think it's the outcome most people expected.
Yes, I definitely did.
Which
Because
is
it
horrible to
happens
say.
every couple of years.
Yeah,
Someone goes missing on New Year's New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve or something.
because people are fucking stupid and they drink too much.
Yeah, people get fucked out their skulls and fall in rivers.
And people decide it's fun to attack people
Yeah, there's
when
that
they
as
get
well.
drunk.
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
let's go for something a bit more positive.
Yeah,
shall
shall we try and end the
Well,
show?
'cause
on
I've got
something
one, like,
positive?
we? What have I got here? Woman sets herself on fire
Oh yeah,
at Clydebank Police Station.
mega positive.
Yeah, so let's not go for that one. But
No.
anyway, there was a woman for some reason set herself on fire. She's
Good.
in hospital. She's alive.
Right.
What the fuck? Why would you do that? Something mental. Okay, this was on the Telegraph. I saw it. Scientists have developed a new spinal implant that could help paralyze people walk again.
Oh right.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Um,
Because I
and
know
it's-
they've been working on exoskeletons, haven't they?
Yeah, but this is implanted into
Yeah,
your body.
yeah.
This is actually wraps around your spine.
Right.
And they've tried this before, but they've had problems with like the body rejecting it, or it's rigid and you can only use it for up to 2 weeks before it starts going shit,
Okay.
basically. But this one is more like it's like silicon,
Hmm.
and it's got like gold leaf circuits or something. So the body
Okay.
kind of accepts it more, and it's more durable and flexible.
Yeah.
And they implant it in it. They haven't at the minute. They've developed it so they can use it. It works with rats. Obviously, they test it on rats first, but you need an external source of power
Right.
to stimulate. So they haven't developed it so it's completely enclosed in the body, but that's the next step. That's mental.
That is like that's science fiction. That is.
It's science fact. But yeah, it's paralysed patients have been given new hope of recovery after rats with severe spinal injuries. Let's not pretend they were born that way.
Yeah.
Walked again through a groundbreaking new cyborg-style implant. So yeah, in technology that could have come straight out of a science fiction novel or Hollywood movie, French scientists, France, leading the way. Scientists have created a thin prosthetic ribbon embedded with electrodes which lies along the spinal cord and delivers electrical impulses and drugs.
Wow.
So Fucking what?
That's quite cool.
What's it called? Our E-Dura implant can remain for a long period of time on the spinal cord or cortex. This opens up new therapeutic possibilities for patients suffering from neurological trauma or disorders, particularly individuals who have become paralysed following spinal cord injury. Previous experiments had shown that chemicals and electrodes implanted in the spine could take on the role of the brain and stimulate nerves, causing the rat's legs to move involuntarily when they were placed on a treadmill. Now that confuses me.
It's involuntary.
Involuntary. I mean, would you call our movements voluntary because we're not consciously thinking about it? It just happens. Like breathing is involuntary, isn't it?
Yeah.
I suppose walking and running, you do have to think about it, don't you?
You are going to... You're going from point A to point B.
There is an element of... Yeah. But this is involuntary movement, so they can walk on a treadmill. Or is it like as the treadmill moves, their foot moves, so they move it to catch up?
It would be interesting to see what that meant.
Because at first, when I first started reading it, the other day I thought that maybe they connected it to the brain and the brain sent the signals. But that's the problem, is the brain's not sending the signal, is it? Or it's the nerves are cut between the brain and the muscles, aren't they? That's where the problem comes, is that there's damage to the
spinal column, cortex. Not the actual...
Yeah. I don't know. There will be a way to do it. But yeah, at the minute, like I say, it is external power source, external signals source.
It'll be interesting to see where they go with that.
That's pretty fucking...
Because that is the beginning
insane.
Of making crippled people walk, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know?
it is. Crippled sounds like such a hard word.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that.
No, but they are crippled.
Yeah.
Is that what it's... Is that the right word?
I don't know whether it's PC anymore, is it? Disabled.
PC.
You know.
I'm sure Richard Herring says something about PC these last couple of weeks, hasn't he? If people don't listen to the Richard Herring Leicester Square Theatre podcast,
they really need to.
They really need to. It's fantastic.
I love Victoria Coren.
Yeah. Yeah. She was on the last episode, Victoria Coren Mitchell. Yes. And she's married to David Mitchell. And I was like, I wonder what she looks like. She sounds kind of cool and funny. So
you've never watched Only Connect?
No. So I looked up her and I was like, she's married to David Mitchell. What?
In what reality did this happen? Yeah, I know. Yeah. And she's a multi-million-pound winning poker player.
It's mental,
one of the only players to win the European Poker League twice in a row.
Twice?
Insane.
What the fuck? Oh, yeah. I was talking to... Speaking of, like, achievements like that, I was speaking to Loz last night.
Oh, his granddad?
No?
No?
I don't know about his granddad.
He posted a thing the other night saying his granddad died just before Christmas.
Right.
But he had this great article. His granddad was like a pioneer of drag motorcycle racing.
Really?
Yeah, he's got world records and national records.
That's insane.
It's mental.
No, this I was speaking to Loz last night because, he started skating. Roller skating.
Yeah,
and he was a
derby.
Yeah, he was a derby ref for quite a while, wasn't he? Roller derby ref. And then he decided to take up roller derby.
Yeah.
Now, he told me he only played for 5 months. Really? Roller derby. He was only a player for 5 months. He was reffing for a long time, but he only played for 5 months and then he got injured quite badly, I think.
Yeah, it happens.
In 5 months, his team placed first in Europe and 5th in the world.
Really?
Loz has a gold medal from roller derby from Europe in 5 months.
Wow.
And now he's playing ice hockey.
Okay.
So he's probably going to kick ass at that as well. How insane is that?
That is pretty... That is pretty mad. What the hell?
I didn't actually know anything about his granddad. I wish I'd actually seen that. I could have actually passed my condolences on last night instead of going, who's that? Do I know that person?
Liz did.
Liz what?
Passed her condolences.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. Yeah, his granddad was called Ron Vane. He started motorcycling in the just post World War II years.
Right.
Yeah, but he's got...
That's crazy.
What are the records? Flying start kilometre, 126.41 miles per hour, which is a national and world record. Jeez. Flying start quarter mile, 129.58 miles an hour, which is a national record. Standing start kilometre, 22.995 seconds. which is a
Wow.
national and world record.
From a standing start, travel a kilometre in 23 seconds.
Yeah, standing start mile, 36.68 seconds, which is a national and world record. Standing start quarter mile, 13.9 seconds, national and world record. And flying start mile, 120 flying start mile, 120.84 miles per hour, which is a national and world record.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's these weird things you find out about your friends. Like, I think I've told the story before where we were at Johnny's house.
Yeah.
His party. And this is when I found out who your uncle was. Because I saw his CD on the table. I went, who the fuck has got this Sean Williamson CD? I think you were out of the room at the time.
Yeah,
and Johnny
I wasn't.
went, that's Tom's uncle. I was like, oh, thankfully he's not here. Foot in mouth.
Yeah, but this all happened between like 1945 and 1972. He broke 6
That's
world
crazy.
records, which
Wow.
still stand as far as I'm aware. So there you go.
You find mad things out about
Interesting
your
what you
friends.
find things, what things you find out about people, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's one of these weird things. It's part of my family, you know, and not a lot. And like, I tell people, and they're like, "Oh, well." Like, my granddad had a hand in, because he was a carpenter, and he worked on a lot of the Old Bailey carpentry up in London. Like, I found out about that. That was a record. Like the old doors had his signature in.
Wow.
But like, it's just stuff like that, and you think that's quite an iconic building. Well, the Old Bailey's like the biggest courthouse. It's the big London courthouse, isn't it?
It's the central courthouse in the country.
Yeah, in the country,
Yeah.
and my granddad worked on it,
Oh,
and
right.
it's just like that's just something I know, and it's my granddad worked on that. I
Yeah.
was quite impressed when I found out at the time,
That is
But-
pretty cool.
but yeah, it's not quite world records, and
No, but it, you
know.
know, it's just these random little facts that
Yeah.
you know are just interesting
yeah,
about people.
I've got something I wanted to talk about because I realised something yesterday, and it will become apparent when I'm talking about it. Now, I've fucking lost it now. I was watching Justice League with Chloe yesterday.
Yes.
We're still on the first. We're going through it slowly. We were watching an episode called Paradise Lost, which is where Themyscira,
The homeworld.
the homeworld of Wonder Woman, was attacked. She went back to see her mum because of stuff.
It had been a while.
Yeah, so she went
felt
back
guilty.
8 months or something. She left without telling them. And so she went back, and it had been under attack from a sorcerer. And then she had to go and pick up these pieces for the sorcerer. And it's like really cool episode. And Chloe loved it because it was central Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Was the whole episode. Now, then the rest of the Justice League find out that she's searching for these things because she was doing it on her own. So they're all helping her find it. So they're all flying over the place. And they're all flying about, finding things. And then they kind of get back to the planet and they all fly in. And they're kind of like, we're here, we're here, we're here.
Yeah.
Now you've got, obviously, Superman flying. You've got Wonder Woman flying. You've got
Yeah.
Martian Manhunter flying. Hawkgirl wasn't in it. The Flash running really fast everywhere. So they can all run about. Get places fast. And they're in a rush to get
We're
somewhere.
going to a sad Batman thing.
They're in a rush to get somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're running down and they're running down this corridor. Why are they running? Because Batman's there and he can't move very fast. Like, I came to the conclusion yesterday that Batman is slowing the Justice League down. Like, if they're in a
You're
rush
probably
to
right.
stop this sorcerer, Wonder Woman could have been flying, Martian Manhunter, Superman, they could have all been flying down this corridor, Flash kind of flying down the corridor,
Yeah.
running really fast, but no, they all have to kind of walk and run at a normal pace because Batman's there and they don't want to leave him behind.
It's
I
a
was
good point.
so disappointed yesterday. I went,
It's-
oh my God, Batman's slowing the Justice League down.
No wonder he's so grumpy all
How
the time.
bad is that? How terrible.
He's got self-esteem issues.
He's ultimately, he's what? Like, I was so sad when I found that out.
It's okay. He could put on his spacesuit. He can fly in his spacesuit.
Yeah, I suppose, but
Not in the cartoon though.
no, in Lego Batman he can.
Yeah.
You just have to hold circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came to that conclusion yesterday, and I was like, can Batman really be anyone's favourite hero? Like, with the knowledge that he slows the rest of the Justice League down.
It's true.
If they need to get somewhere fast, they can they'd leave him behind, and he'd probably go mope in the corner somewhere.
It's
upset
true.
that they've left him out.
He probably would.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to put a dampener on when I start reading more books. I actually went to a comic shop yesterday because I was trying to get the next sort of issues in the series I'm reading.
Yeah.
Like my Captain Marvel, the next one is Enemy Within. And I couldn't find it, and I wanted to read this book called Southern Bastards, which I heard about, which is supposed to be really good. And I couldn't find it. So I wanted to talk to the owner of the comic book shop. Unfortunately, you get this horrible thing where owners of comic book shops, if someone starts talking to them, they stand and they talk about comics.
Right.
So then you're like stood there waiting to ask a simple question.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of their job. It's the same as being a barman, really.
But if you see someone waiting, you could go, "Oh, can I help you?"
This is true, yeah.
Like, we're stood there waiting, me, Liz and Chloe. Chloe's getting bored and touching things. And it's like, "No, please don't touch, please don't touch, please don't touch." And then Liz is kind of standing there like...
Fucking geeks.
doing this whole thing. So I just stood there and I'm getting pissed off with him myself. And I was going, "Come on." And like they all looked up as we walked out. I was like, "We'll have to fucking come back another time." Like, I made it known that I was really annoyed. I wanted to buy two...
It's bad customer service.
I wanted to buy two.
Was that the Grinning
books.
Demon?
Yeah. And it's a really good shop.
Yeah.
And they do have, like, once a month, they have, like, creators come down and sign books and things.
Yeah, true. This is what I've heard.
You know, and they've got some really good stuff in there, and I really wanted to buy a book from him, 2 books from him.
But no.
I would have brought one Lock and Key, the first issue, but they didn't have it. They only had 2 and 5. So, or 4. I don't know. Anyway, so...
Not one.
Batman slows the Justice League down.
Shocking. So it's a revelation.
Yeah.
Something came out this week, seeing as we're talking about geek stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I figured I might as well. The trailer for Ant-Man.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want me to play it?
Yeah, we'll play it in the
we'll
background.
Play it in the background.
Unmute it.
Because I wanted to know what you thought, basically.
Ooh, there it is.
Scott. I've been watching.
I can't not hear
You're different.
the pianist that he played behind the
Oh,
candelabra.
sorry. Yeah.
Anyone tell you that you have
What is his
nothing
name?
to offer?
So escaped us.
I can't remember.
Anyway, yeah. I've not seen it, luckily, so I haven't got that.
I suggest you take a really close look at it.
I'm gonna.
So this
be
is Hank Pym talking to his son,
honest. Yes.
the other Pym,
The other Pine.
whose name I can't remember.
No.
But basically, he's a bit of a fuck up by the looks of things.
Daughter's eyes.
Yes.
And his dad has already been the Ant-Man.
Yeah. Ant-Man was already a thing.
And she already thinks you were.
Yeah, it's a tale of redemption, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
It's not about saving our world.
an Adam Sandler film. What one was it?
It's about saving.
What was the Adam Sandler one with the millions?
Scott.
Brewster's Million.
No.
Brewster's Millions. Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds, yeah, where he's a fuck up and then he gets loads
Yeah.
of money, he has to redeem himself. This is the sort of thing, he seems like a fuck up, he's got to redeem himself. And here comes the kick. He wants him to be the Ant-Man.
Where he's actually riding on the back of an ant.
So is that a flying ant?
Yes.
It is.
So they're bigger than usual ants.
Yeah,
But
that's
the costume
it. Oh,
looks...
here it comes.
One question. Is it too late to change the name?
And there's your Marvel joke.
That's it, yeah. Because Marvel do jokes.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Ant-Man.
Me neither. I know that he shrinks down to the size of an ant and can
Yeah.
communicate with them in some way, control them. Now, the suit itself, bit Star-Lord,
It is actually, isn't it? Yeah.
slightly Star-Lord-ish.
So do you think if there's ever going to be a crossover, there's going to be a joke about Star-Lord and Ant-Man
Quite possibly
making comments about
having the same
suit looking the
mask.
same? What's this? This lady in her underwear?
I don't know.
Sorry, it was a bit distracting.
Funniest
Funniest
band
band commercials.
commercials.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, I watched it and I was like, oh.
Yeah. It doesn't have the hit of...
It's probably that thing, nobody knows a lot about it. Or
much like Guardians of the Galaxy.
we don't know a lot about it. But Guardians of the Galaxy looked really good.
Yes.
From the trailer. This doesn't have that. And I think it's the The problem with Guardians of the Galaxy, it was set out in space.
Yeah, it was completely removed
from
except
reality.
for Thanos.
It was removed from reality.
Yeah.
And removed from the rest of the Marvel universe, but it wasn't set. Whereas Ant-Man is set on Earth.
Yeah.
And there's this man who can shrink down to the size of an ant when he puts a suit on.
Yeah, using
Because
Pym
it's-
particles.
Is it the suit that gives him that ability?
No, it's Hank Pym discovered Pym particles.
Yeah.
Which are things that make you
So you can inject them
able
into
to-
yourself.
And you
or-
can either shrink down, or eventually Ant-Man also becomes Giant Man as well.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
he can turn into someone who is gigantic.
Yeah. I wasn't excited about it, but maybe it might be good.
I just, I mean...
I like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, I like Paul Rudd, and I like Michael Douglas as
Yeah.
well. It doesn't give anything of the story away. Seems like the villains are people in suits.
Yep.
They could be criminals. They could be government. They could be S.H.I.E.L.D. Except there are no references to S.H.I.E.L.D. anywhere that I could see.
Yeah.
No established characters from the Marvel Universe.
It was very...
I wonder whether the whole thing with directors and writers and things being changed at the last
That
minute
might have hurt it.
have made it a bit of a mess. And I don't know. Is this one going to be the one where Marvel have misstepped? Because I
Yeah.
thought that about Guardians of the Galaxy originally. I was like, how is this going to work?
Yeah.
A raccoon
But-
and a tree and some people that are different colours.
But it was
like,
good.
what the fuck? But it turned out to be amazing.
Thanks to Chloe, we watched it twice in the Christmas period.
Awesome.
She kept wanting to watch it.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't amazed by it. When I saw the teaser, it's going to be shown this Tuesday, I always go, oh, they're going to show the Ant-Man and I watched the Ant-Man trailer and went, oh,
Right, yeah.
cool. Might be good.
Yeah,
I might not go to the cinema to see this one because I don't have an unlimited card.
Yeah.
Like I'd have to
will.
pay.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll wait until we see another trailer.
Yeah.
It might be a bit better.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure on it in the first place anyway.
No, I mean, I don't really... Again, neither of us know anything about Ant-Man.
He was an original Avenger.
Yes, he was.
I know that much.
And he can shrink.
Yeah. I remember on Twitter, I think Sean was live tweeting sort of Agent Carter from the Nerd Church
Oh, yeah.
account. Apparently, Agent Carter's amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I don't even... What channel is it on?
It's not over here.
No.
It's over there on ABC, I think.
Yeah,
It's an ABC.
yeah.
I went with my...
See, I want it to be on
I
Netflix.
went with my disguised
'cause all
IP
the
and
other-
tried to watch it on
Oh,
the
yeah.
ABC, but ABC recognised I was
Kicked you
using a
out.
cloaking thing,
Ah,
so I couldn't
rubbish.
watch it. But yeah, apparently they were watching it, and then he said, like regarding the Ant-Man trailer, his wife looked up and just said, "Is this a joke?" Because it's like a shrinking man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether this one's going to be the thing that kind of haunts Marvel.
I mean, there's an Ant-Man trailer explained, so maybe that'll give us more
Yeah,
information and
perhaps,
excite
yeah.
us and let us know who the villains are.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows? We'll just have
We'll
to
see.
see.
We'll
I
see
guess.
how it pans out. I'm not excited by it.
No, me neither. It's been the first one, I think, that I've not been excited by.
Yeah.
Because
I
even
think so.
Guardians of the Galaxy, as much as I had no idea what was going on,
Yeah.
looked fun.
Yeah.
This doesn't so much, really.
No.
Looks a bit too earnest.
Yeah, yeah. Right up until the end,
Yeah.
when he says, "Is it too late to change the name?" That's when you get a hint. Oh, there's gonna be some funny in it,
Yeah.
but the rest of it kind of looks like,
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'll go and see it.
yeah,
I will, and I'm sure it'll
Write a
be. I'm
review.
sure it'll be fine. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
we'll see.
Mm.
Could be good.
Could be good.
It'll be interesting to hear what other people thought about it. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. What are your views on the Ant-Man trailer?
Yeah.
Not Charlie Hebdo. We don't want
Please,
to know
please.
about that anymore.
And if you are going to correct us, email us. Do it in private.
Yeah, don't pillory us on the internet, please.
Please. Yeah, let us know. abhpod@gmail.com
Yeah.
or at abhpod or facebook.com/abhpod.
Yeah,
And tell us what you thought of the Ant-Man trailer, if you're excited about it.
indeed. As it is, it's Joe's birthday today, so
Oh, is it?
I've yes,
Happy birthday, Joe.
yeah.
Sorry.
So
I should probably let you go.
so I'm gonna shoot off
Yeah.
and have the rest of the day.
Are you doing anything nice?
I don't really know, if I'm honest with you. I think we're planning on probably going to see The Hobbit, which, no.
No, we're going to have a severely disappointing day, actually.
Yeah, who knows? It was. We had a nice relaxing day yesterday. She knew I was coming down here. She doesn't really celebrate her birthday.
Oh, okay.
So,
Probably should have let us know, and then we could have probably recorded yesterday.
No, it's fine. She said that she doesn't mind because it's not a special day for her.
No.
She doesn't. Really.
There are a couple of special days coming up. Our 30th.
Oh, yeah, good
We
point.
both turned 30 this year.
We do. Very soon.
Yeah,
Very soon.
Yeah, Tom, next month.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. But I'll let you know what I think of The Hobbit next week.
Yes, please do.
I can tell you what I think of it already, but...
Or what you're going to think of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to enjoy it.
No.
Secret.
Especially from what I've heard from pretty much everyone who's seen it so far. But the thing is, I feel like I have to go and see it because I've seen all the others.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm lucky in the sense that I've only seen the others on a Blu-ray at home.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go to the cinema to watch it.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen Hunger Games.
Really?
No.
Oh.
I haven't had the chance, really.
Oh, bad stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go and see the Stephen Hawking biopic as well.
I really want to see that, but I want to see that in private.
There's a lot of films
because I don't want to cry like a baby in a room full of people.
No, there's a lot of good films coming out, and especially I think 2015 is going to be a good year.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Right, well, let's let you go and celebrate Joe's birthday,
let's
please.
Go. So for another fun-filled edition of Anywhere But Here, I have been Tom.
And I've been Ant.
We have not been Charlie.
We have not been Charlie.
No.
Je ne pas... Oh, I don't know. My French is gone. Je ne sais pas Charlie? I don't know.
I don't know.
Bye.
Wow.